And we're also going to talk about these crazy ass, stupid rumors surrounding Justin Fields being traded, especially to the Falcons. We think we're going to trade Justin Fields to the Falcons? We're going to get into all that and more right
That's
after
crazy.
this, y'all.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Hey, CDubb Bobby, we in the building today for another episode of Chicago Bears Central. You guys know how we like to do it on Sundays. Fellas, man. First of all, before we get into the trade rumors, Al-Quadin Muhammad has been released. Now, this is a guy that came in familiar with Luke Getsy. It made sense at the time of the signing, somebody who was familiar with the system. He had a very disappointing season. Didn't really do much. So considering that he saves the Bears $4 million in cap space, which then now puts the Bears back into over $100 million in cap space. What do you guys think about the releasing of Al-Quadin Muhammad?
It was inevitable, bro.
Why it take this long? Take this long to get to this guy. The key term in this is production, and he was the most unproductive defensive lineman we had on the line. So I know we brought him in because of familiarity, CPS, with Matt Eberflus, but in the end he didn't produce. So we got to let him go, no matter how much the coach loves him. So sorry, dude. Try again. And there's 2 other leagues out there, for sure.
My man said, sorry, dude. But yeah, it was inevitable that he had to get the hell out of here. And I expect more players to be cut, i.e. Cody White here. I don't know. The only way I don't see him being cut is if they use him as a depth piece, just to kind of be like in that backup that backup role. But other than that, man, I don't see a reason for bringing him back. I don't see a reason for keeping him. Like we talked about on episodes prior, you got 2 young guys that look like they're pretty good for backup positions in Travis Gibson and Dominique Robinson. Now you just got to find some starters, and Al-Quadin Muhammad is not a starter, in my opinion, at least not for this franchise.
And I agree with that. I think, there could have been something to say to bring him, to leave him on as a bench player, but $4 million for a depth piece that didn't play too good when you got 2 young people in Travis Gibson and Dominique Robinson, who, when they were depth pieces, looked pretty damn good. Yeah. It just makes more sense to cut him in. Hopefully he finds a place, he lands somewhere. But at the end of the day, man, hey, you weren't a long-term Bear. I ain't got no feelings for you, bro. Go out there and find your job, bro. I'm just gonna be real. I ain't got no feelings over it, man.
Hopefully,
but this next thing that we're gonna talk about, bro, and spend the most time talking about, trade rumors around Justin Fields is picked back up. And I don't know, I get it. It's a long offseason. We got a long time before the draft. We got to get into the combine, the actual free agency, all that before the draft. I expect that this rumor will pop back up again at least one more time leading into the draft. But this time, kind of been focused around the Atlanta Hawks and possibly going there. Listen, it's not happening, bro. I would be so shocked if the Bears actually did trade Justin Fields, way more than I would be if they didn't. But where you guys sit, I'm going to actually come to you first on CDubb, because I know when we started this offseason, you were a little bit nervous about the prospect of trading Justin Fields. Where do you sit at it now with the new rumors coming up?
Okay, just like Haize said, at first I was a little nervous going about the last draft that Ryan Poles had. It was you couldn't put a finger on what he was doing, because we all thought that he was going to get pieces for Justin Fields, weapons for he can be a better quarterback. But he got defensive pieces, and there was some great pickups that he did. But now the shit is kind of getting outrageous. Like, you got people on Fox and people on ESPN just throwing shit out. First, they want to trade him to Carolina. Then they want to trade him to Atlanta. Bryce Young is a better quarterback. I be at 6 feet, 180 pounds, soaking wet.
Bro, did you see
Fields is too? Yeah, go ahead.
But did you see Skip Bayless and Shannon talk about when they said that Justin's trying to be traded because he, quote unquote, doesn't want to? He asked for a dome and doesn't want to play in cold weather. Shut the fuck up, bro.
That shit is so stupid.
Bro, I literally was watching that shit. Like, come on, you using the fact that the man said he wants a dome on the next stadium to say that he's expecting him to be on his way out, bro. That's the biggest reach ever, fam.
Yeah,
it is. It's a big reach.
I thought that was chasing it, absolutely, because they took the man's words out of context. Actually, it's too cold. We hope we get a dome so he can be not as cold playing a game of football. sure a lot of players feel that way. They took it to the man. That's the reason he should be kicked out of Chicago. Oh, come on. Everybody is looking for that number one take because that's what's next. The Bears are what's happening. They got the number one pick and doing whatever they can do to create some content. Straight bullshit. Justin Fields will not be. I did have my thoughts and like Ryan Poles. I don't know what he could do, but come on. Justin Fields is better than any coming into the league this upcoming draft. So it'll be stupid to do that. Be stupid.
Go ahead, Bobby. What you think?
It definitely will be stupid. The thing that knocked me out my chair was when these guys flat out said that Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields, and Bryce Young hasn't even played a snap in the NFL. You haven't played a snap in the NFL. Did these guys somehow forget that this guy has 4-star, 5-star players all around him in Alabama? And I'm not saying he can't come in the league and be good, but damn, we don't know yet. And Haize, I'm gonna take this from you, brother. You said this before. I'm gonna give you your credit. These guys at these major networks gotta find clickbait now because channels like this one on the rise, putting pressure on their ass with fire content, and they gotta compete with channels and small guys who are YouTube GMs like us. So they gonna put out that dumbass shit because one example, and then I'll let you go. 2 months ago, Colin Cowherd said the Bears got their GM, the Bears got their head coach, and the Bears got their quarterback. And just last week, you said you want to trade him. I thought we had our quarterback, bro.
You stick out a great point there. It's the fact that you have the channels like ours, Bears Now, and these channels that are growing these huge fan bases that are more in tune with the specific teams that they cover. You think Skip Bayless is paying attention to the ins and outs of fucking the Chicago Bears? Hell no, bro. No. I guarantee you he didn't even know who Al-Qaeda Muhammad was, bro. Like, so it ain't even to like put the battery in our back or to boost us up because that's what the nature of this is. Us creating this channel, Bears Now, Locked On Bears. The whole purpose of those is that we focus on one team, and it's a team that we love. The whole purpose of us building this channel is because we love the Bears, and we be talking about the Bears every single day. We follow everything. You know how many Google alerts I got set up on my phone for Chicago teams?
Bro.
So, yeah, they have to compete with us now in the sense of we live now in the age where media isn't what it was before. When I was younger, when CDubb was younger, when Bobby was still a sperm in his daddy's sack because he's a young ass dude, all we had was ESPN for our news or the newspaper, right? I still remember reading newspaper to see where free agents were going when I was like 6. So, like for them to compete now with the people who because you guys know when news drops, then I get a video out before ESPN sometimes. So to compete with that, they have these clickbaity type things. And it's natural when your team has the number 1 overall pick and there's quarterbacks in the draft. There's some of that's natural. But the things that they're using to segue into these, this means Justin's on his way out. Oh, Bryce Young is a better. Come on, fam. You got to shut up, bro. Like, you just got to shut up. Man.
Yeah, one thing that me and Unc talked offline on was when oh my God. This man went out there and said that the Bears had an average O-line and the Bears O-line was better than the New York Giants. And I said, you clearly don't watch the fucking games because on every single play, Sam Mustafa was getting blown up. Every play.
Bro.
So you can't tell me that you know what the Bears got. Don't just go off of what PFF says, bro. Actually watch the games, but they don't have time for that.
And it's this argument that Justin Fields, you'll take the time that you won't have to pay Justin Fields. You'll rewind that clock if you get Bryce Young. Now I'm gonna talk to the Chicago Bears. We are not in a position to play cheap when it comes to having a franchise quarterback. Do not play around like resetting the clock on a fucking. You want to have to pay somebody at some time. So let it be Justin Fields if he deserves it. That narrative and that logic is just so, especially if you're a Chicago Bears fan or Chicago Bears front office member. It's just dumb. Pay for quarterback. That's what other teams do. That's what Kansas City do. That's the Patriots did. That's what all the great quarterbacks, you're going to have to pay for a quarterback.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah. And I just can't wait to this. We get closer to the draft and make it through free agency and like this. I can't wait till this first round pick, this first overall pick shit is done because like we just got to stop this narrative on the Justin Fields thing, bro. Like I get it. It's low hanging fruit. It's easy. The Bears are in the news for a lot of things now. We officially purchased Arlington Heights. We got the number 1 overall pick. We got the most cap space. It's going to be a lot of reasons why to talk about the Bears, but let's talk about them because of actual football reasons, right, bro? Like it's just like for the Bears, that has been a franchise that has been looking for a true franchise quarterback for so long. The time that we finally got one that like looks like, and even the doubt around Justin Fields, and I hear so many people now saying, "Oh, well, he doesn't have that strong of an arm." Do you? I know you don't actually watch. Yeah, he didn't. We didn't pass a lot, but to say that Justin Fields doesn't have a strong arm, come on, fam. Like what are we looking at this point, bro?
Yeah,
Hey, bro, if you
on that one.
honest about, if you really judge Justin Fields, honest, it ain't really the deep balls; it's the short stuff, layups that really a problem. It ain't the deep balls; he's very accurate deep. So who would have said that? Don't know shit.
Yeah, that's wild to me. But how they fought this man for wanting a dome, but in that division, the Detroit Lions got a dome and the Minnesota Vikings got a dome. Y'all ain't fought them for that, and they still suck. So what's the point? What's the point?
Man, it's crazy to me, bro. But I mean, that's what we expect. That's what sports is about. I always say this, and it's not to be offensive, but real talk. Sports is men's soap operas, bro. Men will create some storyline because of sports, bro, for their favorite team, bro. Like real talk. That's and especially in the off season, that's all it is, bro. Like I can't tell. I got 25 emails in 2 weeks leading up to the trade deadline, up until the trade deadline about trade machine screenshots, bro. Like it's just what happens with sports, bro. This is what we talk about, bro. That's what we do.
That is wild. You should have did a hot take on them,
bro. Like I literally just be looking at it and be like, hey man, why? I asked a couple people, I'm like, what sense does this make for the other team? And they'd be like, well, yeah, exactly. You got to think that hard, bro. It ain't no like, come on, fam. Like, what you doing? But as we're here, bro, we got some time to talk about it. Go ahead.
Did y'all see that that posting from I think it was Pro Football Focus had Justin Fields had the most votes for MVP. I think it was Pro Football Focus. One of those charts.
He did receive some MVP.
Just trying to gas this up.
I mean, he did receive. I think it was a couple
not
of
last season, but a future MVP.
Oh yeah. I mean,
this
Justin Fields is going to win the MVP, bro. Like if his passing comes along and that comes along with Bears wins, he's winning an MVP. Let's be clear here, bro. Even if you get 3,200 yards rushing, 3,200 yards passing, and if you can get between 800 and 950 yards rushing, you the MVP that season. If your team's winning, he's gonna be the MVP that season. Whenever that happens.
Absolutely.
Facts.
So.
Absolutely.
But oh man, y'all got so before we finish here though, bro, with the number 1 overall pick, which way do you think the Bears are gonna go? You think it's gonna end up being the Colts? I think with the Colts and their new coach, I think all signs are pointing to the coach being the perfect trade partner for the Bears. I think the Houston Texans are going to be content in just whichever quarterback falls to them, that's who they're going to take. But it seems like all signs are pointing to the Colts being that trade partner for the Bears. What do you guys think?
I think that is really going to be on the Colts, man.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I really think the best fit would be the Colts, and I think they'll be the more willing to go ahead and trade up. At the end of the season press conference, you had the GM and the owner come out and say, we will do whatever it takes to get a quarterback. Then you go in, you get a head coach who needs it. And then you just had your owner who came out and said, yeah, this is a photo of me X amount of years ago in Chicago while he was on top of a damn horse. And then we already know how impulsive the owner is anyway. If I'm Ryan Poles, and this is the positive, I'm loving all the trade talk going on right now because the owner watching that, the owner of the Colts is watching that just like everybody else is watching it. So go ahead and get what you can up out of there.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you?
I'm with Nephew and Haize with that. I'm with Nephew and Haize with that logic right there. the Colts, they right there at 4, correct? I think they had 4.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, they can get the most pieces there, and they won't fall out of that getting one of those 2 guys. That's the only thing I don't want to pass up on. It's one of those 2 guys, Will Anderson and Jalen Carter. I think we need to do that. Just follow through with the plan. Whatever else you're going to get with the Indianapolis Colts is good, but I want to get one of those 2 guys.
You know what you need to pass up on? Your goddamn internet connection, because that mug is struggling today, bro. You got that Nelly from Versus internet connection. It's struggling. Super chat from King Booker World said, just saying what's good to the fellas.
What
what's
up,
good,
man?
Booker?
It's been
glad
a while
to have you in the building, bro. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But
Yeah,
oh man, that's funny. Y'all got anything left though? Oh, wait, we passed up another one. I missed this one. Melly Williams says, super chat, would you sell the number 1 pick plus other assets for Lamar?
No.
That's tough, but I say
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's tough. If the Ravens came calling and said we want Justin, no, that's the thing. Because I'm not giving you Justin Fields and the number 1 overall pick unless you sending over Lamar Jackson and your whole offensive line. It's not. We not talking, bro. That's way too much to give up.
Yeah. Yeah. They still you got to consider though. But
no.
Man,
I mean,
what if they call?
Calling like,
what if they call and say we'll give you Lamar, Mark Andrews, and an offensive lineman? It's something to think about.
No. You gotta pay Lamar. You gotta pay Lamar to get here.
That's true. That's true.
That's
you got a point. You still got to build a team.
You got to pay him. So at that point,
that's a great point. That's a great point. You still got to build off that defense.
Hey, but Ryan Paul, you know what though? You use that to up the trade value, the number 1 overall pick. You'd be like, hey, the Ravens offering us Lamar.
Oh, bro.
What you got? What you got for us? The price tag just went up.
Prices just went
up. Those were yesterday's prices. We on today's prices. We just got offered Lamar. This is it, bro. Like you got to give us a couple more first back for that now. Like, bro, that's crazy, man. That would be a wild call. We got super chat from Baki. Thanks for supporting the channel. He says, I just find it hilarious how these national media members got a shit on Justin to hype up Bryce Young, who has no NFL snaps under his belt, bro. Like, and I get the doubt, right? It's because he's still a quarterback that we went 3-14 with. So I understand the doubt with that, right? I understand there being some doubt in Justin Fields, but like to completely undervalue him, to say that, to act like, hey, this rookie who's coming in, who, wasn't even the collegiate quarterback that Justin Fields was. Now we expect him to be a better pro quarterback? Come on, fam. Come on.
Facts, though. And a lot of people like to shit on Justin Fields, too, because of, you know what I'm saying, the 10-game losing streak. But did these guys, they don't watch what we watch. We know in those games, Justin Fields gave the Bears offense 30 points, put up 30. Guess how many the defense gave up? 35, 33, 39, 40 pieces. Like, come on, bro. We got to be honest about this. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to them. Keep it circling. Keep it going, baby.
Hey, put everybody's name in the trade rumors because that's just upping our value. And keep underrating us. Like this, all I'm saying is this. If they make improvements to the offensive line and Justin Fields comes in, and there's going to be a lot of people who's talking shit about him as a passer, that's going to have to eat those words, bro. Because just look at the statistics of Justin Fields when he does have more time. When he does have time, his numbers are not elite yet, but he's still young, but they're high, they're much higher up there. You mean to tell me that if he gets a better offensive line where he can take more time, and we know that he held on to the ball a little too long, but that's because he hasn't had the necessary. He's been the most sacked quarterback his first 2 years. We talked about it before. He's been sacked more in his first 2 years than, for example, Patrick Mahomes was in his first 5 years,
bro,
combined.
Yeah,
that's hard for a quarterback to learn, to go through progressions and to be a little bit quicker on those decisions when he's been getting his head snapped off the whole time. Let's improve that offensive line. We're gonna be shutting up a lot of people next season, man.
Bro, it's coming, baby.
Yeah. And Justin Fields, he actually got better numbers now than Josh Allen had in the same amount of time. So Justin Fields on the right path, man. He's not perfect, but he's on the right path. He's gonna be one of the great ones. I'm telling you right now. Don't make a mistake. Do not.
Facts. This is a
Agree.
great
King
comment
Booker
from
World.
Booker.
Yeah, y'all hear Bart Scott silly ass say Justin Fields can't take the punishment like Jalen Hurts can, ignoring the fact that Jalen Hurts is bigger. I mean, Justin Fields is bigger. Here's what I'll say to that, man. A quarterback that's been sacked as many times as Justin Fields has and hasn't had any major injuries. Yeah, he did have the partially tear in his shoulder and shit, but he still played. Like y'all got to, yeah, everybody just got to shut up on my quarterback, bro. Like I'm coming for heads all next season if we improve this offensive line, bro. I'm keeping receipts because you know I get petty, and we gonna have us a fun little roast at some point next season, bro. Is all I'm gonna say. And Bart Scott, dumbass, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, Bart Scott was a hell of a player, but Bart Scott, since he's come into being, there's a reason why, like, ain't nobody building a show around Bart Scott. Just that's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm gonna leave it at
oh, bro. Because when he said that shit don't make no sense. I'm like, what? I'm watching. I'm like, what? He bigger. Come on, bro. And both of them suffer shoulder injuries from running. So are you really making sense or not? Bro?
Exactly. The only thing, like, yes. Go ahead, CDubb.
Jalen Hurts got hurt with a great offensive line. Justin Fields is running for his life with a below average offensive line. He got 50 damn times last year and this year. Come on now, and he's still standing strong, making plays.
And the fact of the matter is that he's taking punishment. He's already taken more punishment than a quarterback technically should. So if he's protected like a number one should be protected, you can't tell me he can't stand up to the punch. Man, y'all got it. Yeah, like y'all got it. Bart Scott just mad because he ain't got no neck, bro. Like that's all it is. I'm telling motherfuckers with no necks literally be some of the most sourest people in the world, bro. Like I don't know what it is, bro. It's wild.
That's funny.
That's crazy. But I'm keeping all receipts, bro. I'm petty. I'm keeping every receipt possible, fam. That's it, man. But before we go, y'all got anything left before we go, fam?
You got something left?
Yeah. Shout out to all the Bear Central fans out there. Man, we push it 5,000. It's just incredible support y'all been giving us, man. Keep it up. We're gonna continue to bring the best we could. And y'all just get along for the ride, man. We turning up next year, bro. It's gonna be crazy. And right now, we turning it up right now. Let's go.
Yeah, we killing. The support's been crazy in the offseason. I'm not gonna lie to you. Once the offseason came, I expected it to die down some, and it's been just as strong as what it was when we during times when we were getting games, man. Y'all have been killing it with the support. We appreciate it, and we're gonna keep delivering that daily and fire content for you, man.
Bro, keep doing what y'all doing. Bro. It ain't over. We gonna keep chugging along. If we got any NBA fans in the chat, go ahead over to NBA Central and subscribe. We bringing some fire over there as a collective, and we want y'all to be a part of that community as well.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But that's it from us for today. Make sure you follow the fellas here. Also over at Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. They be killing it. And be tuned in with us. You can follow us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. The one spot that I do need you guys to do a little bit more on is the voicemail. For the mailbag episodes, get those voicemails in. You can do anything, any topic in the offseason, anything. The number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out this bitch, y'all. Peace.